Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie rock stars. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. We have a music video feature today with my guest, Kayte Deioma, better known in the Kindie music world as Auntie Kayte. Welcome to the show.
Hey, great to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, before we get into the video, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into making Kindie music.
Well, interestingly, I started writing songs for kids when I was a kid because I had 6 younger brothers and sisters. So I started just making up songs in my head and writing them down and singing them for them. And I started playing guitar at around age 13. So I remember one of the songs that's on my CD is actually a song I wrote when I was 13. I remember that because I wrote it before I started playing guitar. So I've been making music for a long time, but I took a very long break before I came back to it. And I came back to it because when my sister, there's a siren going by, sorry. When my sister had her baby, she wanted me to record for her a lullaby that I wrote for her and my other siblings when I was a teenager. So I went into the studio and I wrote and I recorded that. And it was out in the world, and it's the only song that I've released under my name, under Kayte Deioma. Which I don't usually use for music because that's my photography name. And it's all over the internet as photography and writing. So when I started doing children's music, I became Auntie Kayte. So I would have my own artist identity. And I just felt like that one song out in the world was lonely and needed company because people don't notice one song. So I started writing songs inspired by my nieces and nephews. And they would request songs. My nephew in particular, my pirate song, a cowboy song. He called me up and said, Auntie Kayte, can you write me a cowboy song? So I wrote him a cowboy song. So I was really, thinking of recording the songs so that my lullaby would have company out in the universe. And I only started performing them kind of to test them out to see if they were good for kids, if the kids liked them. But the performances have become sort of now more what I'm all about, as well as the songs. And so it started to be something that I actually do for a living, which wasn't really what I was thinking about when I was recording the songs. I just wanted to make these songs and get them out to the world so kids could enjoy them. So I took a pretty long break over the pandemic from performing. And I started learning music production. And so I released a Christmas song a couple of years ago that was the first song that I produced myself that I released. And there are very few women producers out there. I think the statistic a few years ago was 5% of women, and it's gone down to how many songs out there are produced by women. So I was very proud to learn how to do music production so I could produce my own music. And so I did release a Christmas song, I'm a Little Angel, a couple of years ago. So this is the second song that I've produced for Auntie Kayte that I'm getting out into the world. So that's exciting.
All right. And this song is called Jill O'Lantern. I love the cute twist on the name. And, I previewed the video and it's really, really cute. But talk about the song and what inspired you to put this one out there and about the making of the video.
So I wrote this song on an airplane, which is a really interesting experience because you can't sing it out loud. I was on a flight to visit my family in Ohio, and I I needed some fall songs for a show that was coming up, and I didn't really have anything in my repertoire. So I'm like, okay, I need to write some fall songs. And I think in that 4-hour flight, I wrote 4 songs, and this was one of them. But it was really interesting that something works when you can write it completely in your head, and the melody still sticks with you when you get off the plane and can sing it out loud. So that, because a lot of times I'll write things and then I can't remember what the melody was like, but this one, the melody really stuck. And so I've been performing it in the fall for the last couple of years, but I hadn't done anything about recording it, partially because I didn't have a budget and I didn't know how. So now I know how. And so I did some research on how to make spooky music. And I went and I really had fun playing with the sounds, the spooky sounds. I got some feedback from other musicians, other producers who had suggestions on how to make it even more spooky. So it's really good to be part of a community of musicians, so you can get feedback.
Definitely.
So I put together the recording, and just listening to it, I'm like, this really needs an animated video to go with it. And I really didn't have a budget for anything, but I just was optimistic that somehow I was going to make this happen. So I wanted to work with a local artist because I really feel like I want to support the local artistic community and not reach out to somebody in the Philippines or India or somebody to make a video from. I wanted to put that money into the local artist community. So I contacted California State University, Long Beach. They have a fine art for animation program, and I contacted the professor there and asked if she had any recommendations. And she recommended a young artist by the name of Genesis Lugo, a young Latina artist who's here in Southern California. And her senior video was just amazing and inspiring. And so I reached out to her, and I told her I was going to apply for a grant for the money. And she was on board. She loved the song and was excited to do it. And so I applied to the Arts Council for Long Beach for funding, and we received the grant. And so she got to work and put together these amazing drawings and animation. And we both worked on the editing to get the final product. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out.
All right. Well, for everybody watching this on YouTube, you're going to get to see the music video now. If you're listening on the podcast, you will get to enjoy the song. Here it is, Jill-O-Lantern by Auntie Kayte.
I made a jack-o'-lantern with a funny face, but the craziest thing happened when I put the light in place. The eyes started twinkling, it gave me such a chill when my jack-o'-lantern said out loud, "Hi, my name is Jill." Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, how do you do? I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, nice to meet you. I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. Well, I was kind of scared, and I looked around real quick to see if someone was joking, but it was no trick. The pumpkin head was speaking, just like you or me. The head said, "Please don't call me Jack, 'cause I'm a girl, you see." Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, how do you do? I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, nice to meet you. I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. All the trick-or-treaters were in for a surprise from my Jill-O-Lantern with the twinkling eyes. When they rang the bell, the pumpkin head would say, "Hi, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, how are you today?" Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, how do you do? I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. Jill-O-Lantern, Jill-O-Lantern, nice to meet you. I'm not Jack, I'm Jill-O-Lantern, and I'm spooky too. Ooh.
And that was the song and the video for Jill O'Lantern. All right, Auntie Kayte, where can people find, stream, download that song, see that video, and how can they find and connect with you on social media?
They can connect with me on all of the social media at Auntie Kayte, AuntiKayte. And it's auntiekayte.com, Auntie Kayte on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that music is available. You can find me under my name. And you can check my website to see when I'm out performing. It's been really exciting this summer that my fans have gotten me gigs. It's the first time that has happened where once I sent out a notice to a newsletter saying I'm back performing live, my fans forwarded that to their city councilor, city manager. And then I suddenly was getting contacts for live gigs from places that I hadn't performed before because fans were saying, bring Auntie Kayte here, which was so exciting.
It's really cool. So what's in store for you for the rest of 2022?
Well, I'm still working on both new children's songs and some adult songs. I collaborate with musicians from all around the world and artists from all around the world in writing songs and producing songs for the general market, for film and TV, and I have some more kids songs that are going to be coming down the line as well. Hopefully, I've been working toward a new CD for older kids, and I'm hoping to make some more progress on that as well.
Excellent. Well, this will be a good song to have out there for the upcoming Halloween season, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.